This is the J Squared Gamecast, Episode 3, A Whole Lot of Ruin. This episode was originally broadcast live on Wednesday, the 10th of September 2014. This episode has been made possible by Twangmeister Studios, the small studio with the big sound. Hey, I'm Jacob Wilding, and I shall be your host for about half an hour. And with me, I am joined not by Tom, he's disappeared this week, but we do still have Sam.
Hello!
Yep, he's still here, doing his Samness or whatever. And so we're going to talk to you for the next half an hour about this week's gaming news, a few reviews, and our views on pretty much everything. So let us begin this little auditory journey through the news with a bit of news about, Gamescom happened. You know, that's a fairly important thing, isn't it?
I think so.
Is it? I don't know.
There were a few announcements.
Yeah, something happened. I mean,
there was also PAX, but Gamescom.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, though, pretty much the entire thing was just a rerun of E3, so I don't really think there's really...
New Saints Row DLC.
Yeah, there's new stuff there. Of course, we'll need to... balls. I'm being... so, now that we can't really talk about Gamescom, because, you know, there's not really anything worth saying, let's move on to the disappointment of The Sims 4. Now, there's been a massive post on, I think, ts4news.com. I'm just trying to find it. And, of course, we're having our door knocked on while we're doing a live show, which we cannot open, so please leave now. Anyway, there's been a list of about 80-something features that have been in previous games that have been removed. The biggest of which is, well, pools. There's no pools. There's no toddlers. You can't interact with babies.
I haven't seen it, so I wouldn't know.
But basically, if you want to play The Sims, play The Sims 3. There's no point in getting The Sims 4. There's just nothing. It came out, I think it came out on the 4th of September.
I think, to be fair to EA, Jake, as long as you are willing to wait at least 2 years for them to bring out all the DLC and the added content, and then the Ultimate Pack with all the added content, and then bring out more content after all the extended pack with all the added content, then you can really experience what Sims 4 has to offer.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if it's just a repeat of Sims 3, then, you know, it's going to cost about 300 quid just for the entire game, pretty much.
But those grandma animations, though, they're so lifelike.
Yeah, but
so lifelike.
There's whole things that will never be added.
So lifelike.
Because they've actually changed the game engine in some ways that have made some things impossible.
So lifelike.
I mean, there's no modifications to the world or public areas.
So lifelike.
The whole world is smaller. I mean, the whole world is flat as well. There's no hills or anything. Everything's flat. And of course, no terrain tools other than paint. No pools. I've mentioned this. There's no way to create new lots or place them.
Are you surprised after SimCity that Sims 4 isn't very good? Well,
the issue with SimCity was that was the always online DLC, and that it had to be online. But now that they've removed it, it's a pretty decent game. It's just.
And that the AI is very dumb. It's very dumb AI right
there. The
AI
is not as dumb. I can assure you that the AI is not as dumb as it is in Cities in Motion 2. I have a massive video about that coming out soon, but that's fairly hilarious, shall we say. They've even removed normal careers and things like that as well. No open worlds. You mean you need to incur a loading screen between each active lot, for example, you know. Oh, but the real kicker, right? If I can find it, here we go, right. The worlds are significantly smaller. So, you know, in about Sims 3, you could have, you know, hundreds of lots. I mean, the thing here says about, you know, 125 plus. There's fewer than 25 lots available in Sims 4.
Good job, EA.
And you have a loading screen between each one. I mean, in the Sims 3, you could just zoom out and go halfway across the entire map. Here, loading screens. From the way it looks, anyone who's ever played Sims Free Play, you've basically got the Sims 4. That's pretty much it.
Actually, Jake, you need to wait for the lot expansion, from which will remove all, lag, slowing down any load times, and all extra lots with 125 lots and the special edition lot.
So you mean Sims 3 then?
just wait for the deals. Just get Sims 3.
Just get Sims 3.
Yeah.
It's that simple. I mean, but really, I think EA should just re-release Sims 1 and 2 with all of the expansion packs, and then they'd just make all the monies in the world just to steal an idea from Nerdcubed. I mean, there's a massive list. I'll put that in the show notes. But I think it's time that we moved on to a rather odd bit of news. So you may have heard that Google was interested in buying Twitch, which of course is the big gaming live stream area on the internet. And of course, Google wanted to buy it, so we thought, oh no, it's going to get Google Plusified, despite the fact that the person who forced Google Plus upon YouTube has actually left Google, so that's not as likely anymore. But in an odd turn of events, it's been bought by Amazon.
Yay!
See, I'm not entirely sure what to think about this, because
it's good, because if Google has too much power, there's no stopping them when they inevitably take over the world and enslave all of us to work on the new Google Play. But we will enjoy Google Play, Jake. Even if we have to do it with chains around our necks, we will enjoy Google Play.
I do enjoy Google Plus, is what you mean you need to say there.
Google Plus.
Yeah, I do enjoy Google Plus. I think it's fantastic.
I'd like to apologise to our Google overlords for making that mistake there. Please don't have me executed. I like my family, don't kill them. I would greatly appreciate it.
Basically, just don't pull a Liam Neeson on us.
Yeah.
There's also, I mean, Google, of course, has implemented live stream stuff into YouTube, and that works fairly well. I mean, the Nerdcubed and In the Littlewood versus the Rockstar devs was, that was hosted on YouTube, and it was actually a much better stream than the one on Twitch. So I'd have thought that Google buying them would have been a fantastic thing. And of course, it would also link with the YouTube. So But then Amazon buying them, I just don't see any benefit from this.
Hail to our Google overlords. No, it's a good thing. Amazon expanding. We already know they've started to get involved in game studios. They recently bought the guys who made. Well, no, not recently. This was ages ago. You remember the launch title for the Xbox One, Survival Instinct or something?
I don't remember that. Wait, Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct. Yeah, they brought the company who made that. So I imagine they're trying to get out into the market, because although Amazon sells other people's stuff, they haven't got much of their own.
Well, the Kindle line's doing well, and also the Amazon Fire TV, which is kind of an Android-based gaming thing. So
it's starting to expand.
I'm guessing, though, that they will put something in the code, just in the background, that'll make anything streaming from a Fire TV more important than anything that's good, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to get any good games on a Fire TV, are you?
And
just think about it.
We know this is just going to end in war. Amazon versus Google. Winner gets...
It's not going to end well, is it?
Domain over the universe. And power to our Amazon or Google overlords, depending on whoever wins this war.
I mean, of course, we have seen that Amazon can do, they do cloud hosting really well, as we've seen from EC2. And, of course, they've started doing media streaming, and that's worked pretty well with the Prime Instant Video. But I'm just live streaming. I'm not sure if they're going to get this right. I mean, sure, they have the entire Twitch team, but they might want to bring in their own people and just ruin it.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
Hopefully not.
Anyway, some better news. Things that you get for sort of free. Of course, here we're talking about PlayStation Plus, PSN Plus, and games with gold things here. So, of course, you're paying to get free games. Yeah. I mean, of course, these games are, going to end up being much cheaper for you if you have Xbox Live Gold or PSN Plus. Because, of course, most of these, I mean, I'm looking at American stats here, but the ones for the Xbox range from $14.99 to $24.99, and on PSN Plus they range from $9.99 to $17.99, and there's one that's not even priced. So I'm guessing that's one that's going to be coming out especially for this or something. I don't know. The list for the Xbox One, of course, the way it works on the Xbox One is the two games come out at the same time, pretty much. You can download them, you can use them as much as you want, but you don't own them. You can only play them when you have a gold subscription. If you cancel your gold, you lose the games. But the ones for the Xbox One, you get Crimson Dragon and you get Super Time Force, which will be pretty good. Ooh. Now, on the Xbox 360, which is a system I much prefer for the free games with gold thing, there's a game comes out each half of the month, and of course you get that game, and then you own that game. If you if you cancel your gold, you still keep the game, which is pretty cool. For the first half of the month, so that's up till the 15th, you'll be able to get Monaco. And for the second half, from the 16th onwards, going for free will be Halo Reach, which I don't know, a Halo game, isn't that decent? I don't know.
That one's very good as far as the online. The
of course,
story's okay.
That is actually the most expensive game in this list. So yay for the 360. It still has pull factors. I don't know. Now, on the Sony side of things, there's a total of 6 games. Although, if you count the games that are available on multiple platforms, you could technically claim 9 here. So, Velocity 2X for the PS4 and PS Vita will be going free, along with Sports Friends for PS4 and PS3. Then, of course, we have Super Smash Sony, also known as PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, which will be available for the PS3 and PS Vita for free. Horde for the PS3. Joe Danger for the PS Vita, and TXK for the PS Vita. Just a few little games there. It is. I do find it fantastic that companies do things like this, because it does make the whatever it is, £30 a month. No, sorry, 30 quid a year. Very worth it, because if you think about it, 30 quid a year. I mean, just 1 month pays that back in free games. So, yay. Of course,
PC Master Race.
Speaking of PC Master Race, currently on the today's daily deal on Steam, we have Spaz at 80% off. Spaz, of course, stands for Space Pirates and Zombies, so it's kind of the perfect game for people.
So it's not just offensive and mean, then?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But yeah. There we have that, and that usually costs $6.99. It's 80% off, so you'll be able to get that for Windows, Mac, and Linux for £1.39.
Do you remember when the summer sale was on, and then the whole discount thing broke? Did you see that? I saw a game that cost minus £3, and it was 150% off, and was like, well, okay, Steam.
Did they actually pay you to get it?
Yeah,
then?
they paid me to get the game. The game was called what was it again? Oh yeah, that Highway to Hell or something.
Something like that.
No, it was something like. Oh no, it was Plane Simulator.
That's very different.
That one that had all the stolen assets, yeah.
No. Oh, Air Control.
Air Control.
The one that NerdCube hates.
What was Ride to Hell? That was what it was.
See, I mean,
150% off. They actually paid you to play that game.
See, I do wish that. Yeah, and of course NerdCube said they should. I mean, I do wish, though, that Steam did have some kind of a promotion where they made some games free. I mean, even if you've paid for plus features, we need Steam Pro or Steam Plus or whatever. But, of course, what I do like, though, is that Origin, run by EA, gives away games completely free without subscription. And this month we have Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger, which I know is a pretty old game, but it's free.
I got Plants vs. Zombies, just saying.
Yeah, I missed that one and ended up with Peggle. Peggle's good, though. I like Peggle. I mean, they're only putting old games on. There was one on recently which really annoyed me, right? It was just after my 16th birthday, and of course, that meant I was 16, right? My account knows my real age, so of course I said, go on then, let's have that. It said I wasn't old enough. Shame on you, EA. Or Origin, or whatever you want us to be called. But yeah, there's your free or cheaper games for this month.
Next topic,
Battlefield DLC.
Woo.
Does anyone care?
I care.
Okay, go on.
It's interesting because I haven't played Battlefield 4. Actually, to be fair, Battlefield 3 I was on the other day and the game was like, oh yeah, you've got all the DLC, right? And I was like, no, I bought this game in... all the way to the bank, where I spent my money on something else. I think that's probably gone by now. It probably wasn't extra DLC, it's probably just maps that I've never been on. Anyway, This new DLC adds a railgun, which is, of course, the top of realistic, modern-day shooting stuff, and literally floating tanks, unless I'm wrong.
Floating tanks, unless it's a glitch.
Literally like hovering tanks, I believe I read somewhere.
Hovering tanks. Hover tanks would be amazing.
I can't decide if that's the best or worst thing I've ever heard. I think
See,
what'll happen is there'll be a
but of
lot
course,
of
some kind of
death.
hovering mechanism as well would be a lot quicker than not quicker. Quicker and quieter than the regular movement mechanism for a tank. So you could then have stealth tanks.
Yeah, and flying tanks.
That's scary.
And space
flying
tanks.
Flying space stealth tanks
From space.
Wasn't there a thing a while ago about them also adding a DLC? A microtransaction to get every single unlockable or something.
I won't be surprised.
Which of course means that people who've had the game since day one and actually leveled up and got all the things properly are like, well, why? I've spent time in this, and then noobs can say, hey, I'm here, I have money, boom, I have everything, and then they just RPG you in the face over and over again.
That's
or something.
just microtransaction. The world of microtransaction is a very broken and scary one. Don't go there.
I take the Nerd Cube stance. I hate it because it's evil and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, you may also know that, Destiny kind of happened.
The new shooty game that I haven't... PC Master Race have got to wait a year, so...
Oh, right, so not on PC. Okay, I don't care.
It's coming out next year on PC.
Next year?
Will hopefully
Come on,
good.
This isn't being developed by Rockstar, is it?
No. Speaking of which...
Oh. Speaking of which?
Rockstar. Maybe. GTA 5. Possibly. That might happen.
It is happening, we don't know when.
Well,
no. We know the fall, so at some point this season.
They've released a thing that was like, it's more teasers. They've released more teasers recently, I do believe. And hopefully it's going to happen soon, because just think of the mods. I've already said.
I'm just thinking there. They might get to a point where they've released more teasers than games just for this game.
Yeah. I'm still a little bit upset about Red Dead Redemption, though, Rockstar. Still haven't made up for that.
We need a Red Dead 3.
That, and Games for Windows Live, GTA 4, guys. Come on, get it off.
Games for Windows Live's been killed off anyway.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
still going.
It still exists, but you can't sign up for it. It doesn't exist anymore properly. It's still there.
I know.
If you already have it.
No GTA 4 for me then. Tears.
It's all right.
Let's move on.
The mods. But yeah, anyway, I have nothing to say.
Okay.
Other than that, Destiny is kind of just a generic-looking shooter, although it has some special things about it at some point. I don't know. I never played the beta. I wasn't particularly interested because it was made by Bungie.
It has health bars, which is nice. I like that. I like
it has
health bars.
Health bars are useful.
Health bars, then you can be like, I know how much health you've got. And like in Halo, when you're like, I don't know how much health you've got. I'm just going to stay back here and shoot you for a bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to go hide behind this rock until my wound heals.
Yeah. You get scarves.
I've just taken a sniper round to the face, but I'm just going to hide behind this rock, and then I'll be fine in a few seconds.
You get to wear scarves around your neck.
Scarves?
And they go flowy, fluffy.
I could roleplay as Tom Baker. Fantastic.
I don't know. Should I know who that is?
The greatest doctor of all time?
Yeah. No.
You claim to be a sci-fi nerd.
I'll get you, brah.
Oh, dear.
What's next?
You awful person. Speaking of... Were we speaking of re-releases? I don't know. Re-releases, yes. In re-release news, Saints Row 4 is being re-released. Now, of course, a lot of people may recognise that as the game that shouldn't have been a game. The game that was supposed to be DLC. More on that in a minute. But Saints Row 4 is being re-released for the Xbox One and PS4 with better graphics, which is brilliant because that was a big complaint with Saints Row 4 and everything else. And all of the DLC that they've released so far will be included, and that is in the what is it? Saints Row 4 re-elected edition or something like that.
Saints Row 4 re-elected, which has everything, which has all the costumes and the guns and the explosions, and that one DLC that was called something about a dominatrix.
Oh yeah,
Enter the Dominatrix.
Enter the Dominatrix, which rather amusingly was what Saints Row 4 was supposed to be on Saints Row 3. But, speaking of DLC that shouldn't be a game, they've announced another game, which is called Saints Row Gat Out of Hell.
Which is
DLC. This time, they're actually acknowledging that it's not a proper game. They're releasing it as a game. They're releasing it as what they're calling a standalone add-on.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an oxymoron, guys, because standalone add-on.
I'm pretty sure I read somewhere at some point that Saints Row 4 was going to be standalone DLC, and then they took that off the Saints Row 3 website.
No,
so...
no. See, it's supposed to be actual DLC with Saints Row 4, but then it became an actual game, and basically they're trying to do the same thing with Gat Out of Hell, but acknowledging that it shouldn't be a game this time, which is rather nice of them, I think.
That's not my only problem with it. My first problem is the animations don't look that good.
Oh yeah, if you look at the trailer, it just made me think. Yeah, this is a game made for the PS3 before developers knew how the PS3 worked.
It was. I appreciate they've added flying. I do, but
they?
It doesn't seem. Yeah, they added flying. You can get giant demon wings because you're Johnny Gat and you're in hell. Ha 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 ha. But my only problem with it is it doesn't seem very fluid. Like, I remember playing DC Universe Online, having a flying character. When you flew, you felt like you flew. When you flew, you felt like you were shooting, like, yourself at people. And that was fun.
Like, just cannoning yourself. That sounds good.
But this is like, you have giant wings and you just kind of flop around in the sky, which doesn't look fun. I mean, I like the idea. They have a concept where they have special weapons for each of the 7 deadly sins. So, like, Sloth, you know, the one where you're really lazy, is like an armchair with 2 miniguns on the side. I like that concept. I don't like that they've taken away all the customization.
Does it have wheels?
It has wheels, yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's basically, it's the ultimate shop mobility scooter of death.
Yeah.
Awesome! I want it.
I know. I like that concept. I don't like the idea that they've taken away all the customization. As good a character as Johnny Gat is, I liked it to be able to make my own character. But then again, Saints Row 4 took away all the customization, whereby whatever character you made, you were always the president. You couldn't go off and make your own story, make your own character.
Yeah, but that would be difficult to code into a game, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. They did create a new map. It looks like the old one, and it's still a city in hell, but it's still a new map. I was hoping they were going to go the Dante's Inferno route, whereby the whole map and the whole situation, the whole area just looks weird, demonic, and terrifying.
You know what would make sense, though?
What?
Rather than making a new map, because, of course, you know, that would take a lot of time, kind of merge Stillwater with Steelport, because we know that they both exist in the same universe. So just reveal that the islands next to each other, pretty much.
Oh, but then...
So then you'd have both. And please, make the Metro train run this time. There's been 2 games in a row where that's just been crashed in the middle of nowhere.
Metro train, 1. Both of those islands, 2. 3rd island in there as well, so you have 3 islands, kind of like GTA 4 3. You have wings, you can fly between them, don't complain. And maybe bring back some of those awesome space planes that you had in the 3rd one that made me love the 3rd one anymore.
Oh, the VTOL.
The VTOLs. They were space planes.
The ones from Stag.
Planes.
The transforming ones.
Yeah, the ones that transformed.
Awesome.
Those were awesome. Bring those
cool.
back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I really disagree with. No, disagree. I'm not sure I agree with the idea of this game because, of course, you're playing alongside Johnny Gat, who
you're playing as Johnny Gat.
Oh, as Johnny. Oh, so we don't even get the character customization.
No.
Okay, in that case, it's not a Saints Row game. It doesn't deserve to call itself Saints Row. Anyway, it's just I mean, I'm not sure I like the idea of this because Johnny Gat is dead. That's it. I mean,
they brought him back in Saints Row 4 spoiler.
Yeah, but
do you know why? Do you know why he came back?
Because it was a virtual world. That wasn't real.
No, it's because you know that plane that he gets shot in?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't actually get shot. He gets kidnapped by the giant alien ambassador guy.
Oh, so basically, it's basically Saints Row 4 is happening during Saints Row 3.
No, Saints Row 3 happens. Saints Row 4 happens after Saints Row 3, but Johnny Gat's been kidnapped.
Some intertwining, so he's not actually dead.
So he's not actually dead,
Aww.
which annoyed me so much. I was hoping, like,
yeah, see,
you could have done Get Out of Hell, like, in between Saints Row 4, and that's how Gat comes back, because he comes back from hell, and that's how you see him.
Yeah, I mean, because I was just thinking, you know, I mean, there was a massive outcry about the death of Eris in Final Fantasy. Was it 6, that one?
Yes.
And of course, but no one seemed to care about the death of Gat. I mean, the only person who cared was Shaundy, and she doesn't exist. So
yeah, it's like. I mean, it was character progression, and then Saints Row 4 came along and said, oh yeah, you remember all that character progression? Yeah, no, we're just going to bring it back to life, don't worry about it.
It annoys me.
Next topic.
Pokemon!
New Pokemon game, Pokemon Omega Red, and the other one, no, not Omega Red, Omega Ruby, and what was the other one called?
I have no idea.
Right.
It was it? Yeah, I want to say Quantum Diamond, but I know that's not right.
No, that's going to be the new Pokemon game.
Find it. Scroll through your Facebook
Omega
feed.
Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Alpha Sapphire.
Another 3 Mega Evolutions. So they've released a bunch of them, like that one Glacier or something gets a Mega Evolution. For those of you who don't know, a Mega Evolution is when a Pokemon goes from its normal evolution to another one that's really shiny and nice, and it looks really good, and there's a bunch of new ones, and I'm excited. They still haven't done Growlithe, given Growlithe his Mega Evolution, which upsets me, but I'll get past it. They've announced 3 more. There's already 4 at the pipeline, so that's 3 plus 4, that's 7. That's 7 Mega Evolutions so far. Pokemon X did it with Charizard and Mewtwo, and I'm looking forward to that. I might buy it.
I mean, just a quick note for Nintendo though. I mean, because Pokemon did sell a lot of 3DS consoles, so I'm just so the Wii U's failing, right?
Yeah.
If they made a version of Pokemon that was just on the Wii U, that thing would sell.
They've tried stuff like that. Like they brought out with the Wii, they brought out a Pokemon game whereby you uploaded your Pokemon onto the Wii and then you could play with them against friends.
Oh dear!
And it wasn't. Oh dear!
Good. No, an actual proper Pokemon game for the Wii U. Anyway,
I mean they could.
Just before we run out of time, we have our picks of the week, and because I'm still thinking, I'm going to pass it over to Sam first.
Do you like customization? Do you like shooting people in the face? Do you like having a big wasteland to run around with and mess around? Do you like casinos? Well, then play Fallout New Vegas. I've had a lot of fun with that game. Why? Because there's not many cutscenes. You go up to a guy, you talk to him, you don't go into a cutscene with him, you just have a chat. You can have a chat with a person. I enjoy that. I've put a lot of experience into my speaking bonus, so I've talked myself out of a lot of situations. There's a situation that I'd like to recall whereby there was a man who ran up to me, and because I'm playing like the lovish rogue, who's kind of a bad guy, kind of a douchebag, but he's loved, he's appreciated, so this guy runs up to me and he goes, "I've won a lottery ticket. Yeah, I've won the lottery." And I'm thinking, well, that lottery ticket probably goes to some lottery guy who has a ridiculous amount of money, so I'm going to take that lottery ticket. To do this, I shot him in the head a couple of times, took his head off, and then stole the lottery ticket. Upon returning to the village that he was in, thinking, well, whoever has the lottery ticket, that obviously has to be in this village, I walked into the village and found a man who'd been shot in the leg, who basically said, yeah, a bunch of raiders have come in here and gave us all lottery tickets, and whoever won got to survive. So this man won the lottery ticket by winning his own life, and I shot him and killed him.
That's
for no
horrible.
reason. For no reason other than money. And then I sold a lottery ticket and tried to forget about it. I felt bad.
Yeah, and of course there's an explanation of of that from Sam, who seems to have forgotten punctuation. So maybe that speech bonus would do you good in real life.
Yeah, next time I get skill points, I'll put them into speech. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, because there is no punctuation in what you said there at all. It was just a massive block. Yeah, well. Yeah. And of course, my pick for the week is a game that I keep wanting to call Center Chaos, but I can never. Smooth Operators, right? Smooth Operators. It's a you play in a call center, and basically it's a tycoon game in which you run a call center. So of course everyone hates you, and it's just great fun, really. And of course it includes the things like teleports and just kind of space lifts and massive height buildings and things like that. All stuff that people really like. It's just and it's really cheap as well. It's something like £1 or something. It's on Steam. You'll find it. I mean, I've put a lot of hours into that. I think the strategy I've gone for is awful because I'm just kind of got to a point where I'm not able to play the game. I'm having to come on, wait for the next day so that money happens. Oh wait, someone's quit. Quick, hire another one. Now I have no money. Let's wait another day. So I've kind of got stuck into a cycle of that. I think if I played the game differently, it would be a lot better. But just be aware, if you try and play it in a weird way, that kind of happens.
Can I have an anti-pick of the week?
If you can do it in less than a second.
I was trying to play Dark Souls, but I couldn't play Dark Souls because getting through Windows Live don't work. That's really annoying. Goodbye.
Okay, and just before we go, I'd like to thank Twangmeister Studios. You can find them at twangmeister studios.co.uk for the studio, and goodbye!